In this section, we'll be talking about vocabulary 3B.2, which deals a lot with food, and then eventually we'll talk about restaurant stuff. So obviously this is in el restaurante, in the restaurant. So ellos están, remember, estar, how you feel and where you are is when you use the verb estar. So they're in un restaurante fantástico. Fantástico, I'm sure you can tell, is fantastic, and it's fantástico because restaurante is masculine. Here we have el mesero. El mesero is the server, the waiter. If it were a female server, it would be la mesera. El menú is a cognate. The big deal is make sure you see that accent on menu. As we're going through these, one of the big things to pay attention to is whether these things are masculine or feminine. Also looking for things that help you remember it. This is la ensalada, a salad, and salad is in the word. Los frijoles, those are beans. El pescado, so there's actually a different word in Spanish for a fish that you eat and a fish that's swimming around. So el pescado, that's specifically a fish that you're eating. El pollo, this is not polo. Polo is a sport that you ride on a horse and hit a ball. This is el pollo. Remember that double L makes the Y sound. We have several things here. El agua. Pay attention to this because even though it ends in a, it's el. At the same time, it's one of these weird ones. It's actually feminine, but el agua is because you can't say la agua. That it just doesn't work that way. And then mineral they have here because mineral water or like a carbonated water is a more common form of water that you would find in a lot of Spanish-speaking countries. Because in a lot of places you can't drink the water straight from the tap. Here we have el jugo, which is juice, not jugo, jugo. The J makes the H sound. El jugo de naranja. So we use this de to say what kind of juice it is. So this one specifically is orange juice because naranja is an orange. El refresco is a soda, a soft drink, a pop, a Coke. There are certain things that we can use as far as verbs. That's los verbos, the verbs. So comer, we've seen already, is to eat. Tomar is another word for to drink. We talked about beber because that's an ER verb that we're dealing with. But tomar is also a word that means to drink. You can use it for to take, like tomar el autobús, but you can also use it for to drink, and that's really common. Ver, we know, is to see or to watch. And leer, we've talked about, means to read. We have some other ones. El café. We saw café can be a cafe, but it's also coffee. El chocolate for hot chocolate or just chocolate in general, chocolate. La gaseosa is another word for a soft drink. La leche, milk. El licuado, think liquidated. And then el té. We've seen té as in té, lay, and lace when we're doing introductions. This té has an accent on it to change it to tea. We could even put el té helado, and that would be iced tea. We have things for para comer, in order to eat. Things like carne, meat, la hamburguesa. Be careful, this is not pronounced, it's silent. Hamburguesa. Los mariscos being just generally seafood. El pan, not el pan. And we call this a false cognate because it looks like just a pan, but it really means bread, el pan. Las papas are potatoes. Fritas means fried. So these are fried potatoes, or we call them French fries. And el postre is dessert. Obviously, there's a lot more foods that we could learn, but this is a good start and has a good foundation of things that we can use to talk about in restaurant and ordering food.